If you've already had the gatekeeper and the zombie around for a housewarming, the witch is really going to turn up the heat.
And that's a zombie?
With a mix of interactive entertainment that will have you howling for more.
Bring to the slow boil.
In this video, we'll be looking at Atmosfear 3 and a Chantraine witch who uses her dark magic to control the game. You'll note that I was mispronouncing it in the last two episodes. I think I was saying Chantraine, it's Chantraine. As before, we'll have a quick look at the game's contents, and then I'll take on the witch, trying to beat her spells and escaping within the 60 minutes, and then I'll wrap things up at the very end with a summary of my thoughts on the game. Okay, so let's have a look at the contents of Atmosfear 3, and again, like number 2, it's best to think of this as an expansion, as you still need the original master game set to play the game. The theme again is similar to number 2, with this lovely 90s horror scheme with the witch prominently on the front. But one thing I really like is we've got the actress here, and you can see that the transformation is quite extreme compared to 1 and 2, where he kind of had looked similar all the way through. So it'd be nice to see how that plays out. And then there's a really great line on the back here. Simply insert the new cassette, press play, and meet the girl of your dreams in your worst nightmare. And then it just tells you the contents there. So yeah, I like that a lot. So let's go inside the box and see what's inside. So inside the box, we've got the cover sheet as per the second one. Essentially, it has the same information that's on the box and the contents in the same writing. And then we have our instructions here, just on the one side. But let's have a look at these instructions now. So you need the master game set, as we've already mentioned. We'll be using the same chance cards, the same coloured keys, coins, playing pieces, discs and board. But the witch is played with 2 dice. We'll come on to that in a minute. And you must roll both dice unless instructed otherwise. So we're playing with 2 dice. Unless you've collected all 6 keys, and then you can use 1 or both dice. The only exception to this rule is if you draw number 1 from the bag, so that's when you pick your gravestone, so your player, and then you pick your number, you are allowed to use 1 dice, but only when Anne demands you roll your number for a key or to play again. So just specific times, because obviously if you're rolling 2 dice, you'd never be able to get number 1, would you? She also introduces brand new elements to Atmosfear. You can collect 2 parts of a spell from fate cards. You can really work some magic. You can also exchange fate cards with other players if you have witch's trade, but beware of the witch's lie. She was 17 years old when she was convicted of witchcraft and burnt alive at the stake. She was naturally innocent. Doesn't look like it on the box. Hence the player's response is mea culpa Anne, which is Latin for I am culpable. So I am guilty of whatever the sins of burning her alive. And then the rest is the same. Of course, we have the iconic VHS tape. It's the usual stuff on the back, this time with an orange label. I think it was green on the last one. Atmosfear 3 on the front. And then, again, orange label. And a Chantraine witch Atmosfear 3 on there. Inside, we have the 2 dice that were mentioned. So rather than the single black dice, we'll be playing with 2 red dice. And again, we'll be exchanging out the fate and the time cards from the original game and using these. These ones are different coloured. So we've got orange fate cards and we've got yellow time cards. Let's see if we can find anything to do with these spells. Rat spell part 1. So I guess you'd then have to go through rats and mice. If you hear a player whisper this, repeat part 2 and take all rats time, fate and chance cards, you must collect part 2 of this spell. Okay, so that's the contents all done, and the only thing left to do is go and play the game. As always, I'll be doing some commentary as I play and also trying to replicate some of the other players as well. But with a new host, fresh cards, the introduction of 2 dice and spells, I'm pretty sure Anne de Chantraine is going to have some surprises in store for us. So wish me luck. Okay, so here we are all set up. We've got the cards here all shuffled, the original ones and then the ones from this expansion pack. What I figured out with the fate was that if someone says, which is trade, they're basically saying, I've got this, does anyone want to swap? and then you do a trade. But if someone has the witch's lie, it basically means someone's opened a trade and you're pretending you're giving them what you want, but actually you're just giving them the witch's lie. In the middle, we've got 3 nightmare cards as I'm simulating 3 other players. One of them I've written on, so that's what what I need to avoid to win. So that's in there. Our 2 dice and our coin with the heads and tails on. And then finally, I drew number 2 out of the bag. And this time I got Gavorden, who is the werewolf. So I didn't actually pick Anne. So we'll have to see if she treats herself as a favourite, just like the Baron did in the last one. And I'm starting off over there. So with everything all set up, I'll start the game and let's see what happens.
Are you game, my litter of pigs? My time has come, and time flies in the witching hour. I am Anne de Chantraine, and I like it hot, white hot.
It's a bit raunchy.
And you are playing with fire. Mea culpa, Anne. Remember it, chant it, and never forget it. For when I demand you confess, you will reply, Mea culpa, Anne. Repent, and repeat it, swine.
Mea culpa, Anne.
Mea culpa, Anne. Time to sing, pigs.
Pigs, are we?
Everybody, confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
And again, confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
If any pig fails to reply, Mea culpa, Anne, it is banished to the black hole. A pigsty fit for all of you. Let it begin. Roll both the dice, and the sow who rolls the highest will be the first to start my witching hour.
So let's say I've got
and
6.
your nightmare.
So this is where the 3 players, it'd be 6, 6, and my imaginary 3rd player there. 3 6s, that is really weird. Guess we'd go again. 7. Okay, so let's say we've all rolled and I've got 7 and away we go. Noting on the screen this time, rather than the heartbeat of the Baron, we've got some flames down at the bottom for the witch. And again, another fantastic intro there. You know, setting the scene, putting the marker down. This time, obviously, we're her pigs rather than maggots or whatever the gatekeeper used to say as well. So, crack on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Allow a little bit of time for the other players to go. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's never a good thing to be on those X's, isn't it? Usually they come back and they send you to the black hole. At least they did in the original and number 2. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Silence. Whose turn is it next?
Me.
Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
What is your name?
It's Sam.
I imagine you have been called far worse.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
I can imagine calling you Toad.
Toad? Oh, that one.
I would like very much to call you my Toad.
Okay.
Do you know what I do with toads? I crush them.
Okay, so whenever she refers to Toad in the future, that's going to be referring to me, and obviously she'll also name other people as it goes round. The thing is, sometimes it can land on you twice, so I might be Toad this time, and then if you're about to roll again, you might also get picked on. And that's where I think in the group sometimes it's like you might just go, oh, you can be that one, because it shares it around a little bit, but it depends how you want to play as a group. kind of with each other, with the experience, or do you want to play kind of against each other? You can kind of make those decisions up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By landing on this stone, you have received or released all those in the black hole. But obviously no one is in there at the minute, but someone could have if they'd have not said the thing right at the start and been sent there right at the beginning.
Silence! Where is my toad?
Yeah, I'm here.
Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
Where have you been, Toad? Been bad? Been rotten to the bone, Howlwedder? I have an errand for you, my Toad. Give me the name of one of these pigs you think you have something in common with. Give it to me.
Daniel.
Do you know what you have in common with that pig?
I thought it was
I will tell you what you have in common. You can both be caught, for you are a toad, and it is a wart. Now, wart, what number have you been branded with?
So this is where they would be looking and saying 2.
That is
What?
the number of turns my toad must miss for being bad.
So missing 2 turns for me. What I'm liking straight off the bat is she's actually really easy to understand. In the original, the gatekeeper.
Silence! Where is my wart?
Maybe them.
Confess. The worm turns my little cyst, as do the tables, and one against another. Who would you like to turn, wart? I already have a toad. Now, I have a bent for something rather special. So, who would you like to see take a turn for the worst? Give me its full name, please. Turn away, turn about, turn over, turn around, turn out, turn tail, and grow long one, rat. Tell me, rat, what number have you been branded with? That is the number of turns wart must miss for being a turncoat.
So as I was saying, she actually speaks really clearly. In episode 1, the gatekeeper, he was pretty clear. Number 2, though, Baroness Sandy, he was speaking really fast, really quickly. I found it really hard to keep up with what he's saying, so that's quite good. And they've also refined that thing of there has to be a minimum of 3. And it was, you know, how I was saying that you could often get picked more than once. In here, purposely saying I already have a toad, and then choosing is forcing that minimum of 3 to be divvied out, which is really clever. So they've obviously refined as they've gone along with the game. So I've missed at least 2 turns now. 10. I'm not sure, did the last one have some backing music though when it was playing rather than nothing? This is just quiet, and then maybe that's helping with hearing her. But I'm pretty sure a little bit of background would help.
Whose turn is it next? Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
Roll both the dice, swine. What number did you roll?
6.
You may be rewarded or tortured in time, but only time will tell in less than 10.
Well, that's a bit cryptic, wasn't it? Time will tell less than 10. Interesting. So this is going round with the 2 players.
Any pig on my gravestone must miss a turn.
So that one over there, thankfully we're not on it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Silence. Knight 2 must now roll 1 dice. And if the number it rolls is yours, you are banished to the black hole.
So she's asked me to roll a dice, and then I basically have to avoid number 2. So I got a 2, and that's me now banished to the closest black hole over here. In the meantime, I mean, I could roll dice. It's not going to make any difference because I've not got any
Silence.
players.
The swine branded with the highest and lowest numbers. Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne. I'll probably be the lowest, wouldn't I?
Roll both dice. Whoever rolls the highest receives a key.
Oh, right, okay. 8 for me. Now let's pretend this is the opponent. Oh, 8 as well. We might need to cheat a little bit on this, and we'll pretend this is the
Toad!
8 again.
Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
I have an errand for you to run. Go fetch a piece of paper and a pencil.
Paper and a pencil.
Jump to it, Toad.
Well, thankfully, because I'm filming at the minute in the garage. That wasn't ideal. It would help if they told you that you needed that in advance. But I guess it's all part of the fun.
Any pigs wallowing in the black hole are set free.
Right, at this stage, it's getting busy already. We're going to say I'm out of the black hole. We're going to say I rolled the highest against my competitor, and I got a key of which has been shuffled. And so I have this key releases you from the black hole. That's a really powerful one to keep getting out, because the amount of times they send you there all the time. So that's a good one to have. I've got my pencil paper there. Right, let's carry on. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A time card. At 30 and 15 seconds.
Silence. Toad, wart, and rat. Confess.
Mea culpa, Anne.
Greetings, my little minions.
Minion.
I want Toad to write a number between 1 and 12 down on the piece of paper. And wart and rat have 1 chance each to guess what it is. If one of you can guess the number, all 3 get a key. But fail, and wart and a rat are banished to the black hole.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll pretend that this is a guess. So we'll see if we can roll a 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Brilliant. So that was an individual's guess. They've guessed 9 and everyone gets a key. So let's have a look. This key unlocks the gate to time. If an opponent lands on your gravestone, toss the coin. Tails, take all your opponent's time cards. Obviously we can't actually use that as I'm doing a solo gameplay, but good to get 2 keys at 11 minutes. And already the pacing seems so much better in this game than the last one, which is really good. Okay, and yeah, what did I say? This one
Silence.
I can't even get a word in.
Where's Wart? Confess.
That was what over there, wasn't it?
How many pigs are seated at my table?
So there's 3 of us.
Which one would you like to see me humiliate?
Let's choose that one, not me.
I want that pig to get down on all 4s and grant once for every swan at the table. If it obliges me, it will receive that many free turns. But if it's too proud, then pride comes at a price, and it must roll its number to play again.
How funny. Really good challenges in this as well. Right, 30 and 15 seconds, whisper this spell. Heads and toads and tails and rats. Then roll both dice, and if you roll your number, you can take a key. Return to the back of the pack if it's expired. So that's pretty good to have. Let's put our keys there. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black X is never good. Imagine they're playing. Imagine this person over here has oinked, and what did they get? 3 free turns or whatever it was?
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
We'll give it to someone else.
Confess. Roll both dice, swine.
Well, imagine this is
What number did you
a different
roll?
player. 11.
You may be rewarded or tortured in time, but only time will tell in less than 10.
Yeah, so that's lucky that we did that one, because it's this only time will tell thing. So what did I have? So they got 11, let's say, drawing there, and I got a 7 earlier, just in case I need to remember that, because it might be whoever got the best roll. 6, 7, 8. Chance card, right? These are either good or bad for the player. If you were the werewolf, which I am, and your number is 6, it's not. Otherwise, there was a 50-50 chance for a key, but they have to both be the same. I wonder what the odds of that are.
Silence, my litter of pigs. Those branded with even numbers will now roll 1 dice, and if you roll your number, you can take a key.
Okay, so there'd be 3 players. Well, actually, 1 and 3 doesn't really matter. They could have anything, but let's try and roll a number 2 to get a key. Wow. I'm doing so much better in this than the last one, but as we know, at the end of the game, they can all just get taken away from you like that. This key unlocks the gate to fate. If an opponent lands on your gravestone, toss a coin, get the fate card. So very similar, you're taking either their time or fate cards there.
Silence, my litter of pigs. Those branded with odd numbers will now roll the dice, and if you roll your number, you can take a key.
In fact, they said roll the dice, and it was only number 1 who's allowed to roll 1 dice. So you know what? If I'm playing fair, that fate card should be there.
Any pig
And
on my gravestone must return a key or return to the black hole.
So actually, I needed to roll them both and get 2 1s. Well done if you spotted that rule. So no key for me. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my own one there. If you think about it, the odds of just rolling 2 dice trying to get the number 2, you've got to get 2 dice doing the same, whereas if you're number 1, you only have to roll 1 dice, but the whole game is like, it's by certain ways.
Confess.
Be a culprit, and
I have an errand for you to run, my Toad.
another errand, eh?
Roll both dice, Toad. What number do you roll?
6.
Roll them again. Give me the number.
Well, 6 again.
Roll the dice again, Toad. The number.
6.
Now, add all 3 numbers you have rolled together.
18.
And if the total equals the age of one of the pigs at my table, that swine receives a key.
No, we have no 18-year-olds here. What's the maximum you can get? I guess 12, 24, 36. You could only, it would only actually work up to 36 years old, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Any pig on a stone marked time. It is time for you to roll one dice. And if you roll your number, you can take a key.
So right there she said roll one dice. I'd have to go back and check what she said to me, but I'm pretty sure she said roll the dice. But yeah, again, you can't go back, and it's pointless really. It's all a bit of fun. Half of it is the confusion and everything that's going on it's just that interactivity is all part of the game. 7. Chance. I haven't got any of those fake cards yet. If you are the werewolf and your number is 1. No, I'm not. I'm number 2. It's 2 of those werewolf ones.
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
Probably
Confess.
be them next. I've just had a turn.
How old are you?
Let's say they're
Halve it.
35.
And give me the total.
8.
Halve it again.
Or half it.
Halve it again.
6,
And again.
4.
If you have anything left, you have that many chances left to roll your number for a key.
So it doesn't really work if it's an odd number, does it? Like you're halving it. So, but I mean, I guess you'd kind of round up. So I think what I say 35, and then it went down and down. Did that go to 4? So then they'd have a chance to roll 4 times to try and get their key. And then let's say this person's been. There we go. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Any
8.
pigs wallowing in the black
10.
hole are set free.
Eight. Another chance card. No, I'm not the poltergeist, so irrelevant. Be nice to get a fate card at some point. So a third of the way through, 2 keys, not too bad.
Silence!
Oh, she's.
The pig branded with the highest number. Confess!
It was going to be someone else, wasn't it? Because I'm a 2.
And what is your number, swine?
Let's say they're a 5.
Double it. And give me the total.
Maybe a 10.
Now roll both dice. And if you can roll a number higher than that total, you may receive a key.
Nope, they didn't. And they didn't get penalised for it, so it definitely seems a bit more balanced this time round. So round to me now. Did you see her changing? She's definitely starting to change now. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing on there. Around here. Dice roll over here. 2. 1, 2.
Silence! The swine branded with the highest number. Confess!
So we've already said it was that person, wasn't it?
What month were you born in?
Let's say
And
January.
what is the number of that month, pig?
1st of January, 1.
That is the number of chances you have to roll that number and receive a key. But fail, and that is the number of turns you will miss. If you were hatched in the first month of the year, I grant you a favor. use only one dice.
So it was one chance to roll one if it was January, wasn't it? But if you're like 13th of January, you'd get 13 tries to roll number one. I think that's right, isn't it? So you'd just very quickly roll this 13 times. So there you go, number one, and then they would get a key. I think that's how that one works. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chance again. Still no fate.
Silence!
Not us.
Where is the rat? Confess! You would look good with a rotten apple shoved in that fat mouth of yours. I have an errand for you, my rat. Roll one dice, and whoever holds the number you roll must miss that many turns.
4. So we get the idea. If you're number 4, you miss 4 turns. Again, it's like sometimes your number can help or hinder you. It's all just part of the chance, part of the roll of the dice. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you take a key if you are 3. No, I'm number 2. Check out the flames getting higher as we go along.
Silence! Any pigs wallowing in the black ore are set free. So you are all free to roll both dice together. Make haste, pigs. I never liked to be kept in waiting.
So that's 8 for me. 5, 8, 5, and
Now,
10.
who rolled the highest?
So
Confess!
number 10 for that person.
What number did you roll?
They rolled a 10.
That is how many fat chances you have to roll your number for a key using one dice.
That's pretty cool. So they give that. Definitely the pacing is much better. The balance seems much better than the last one. We'll see what happens in kind of the second half. It's probably really going to pick up. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a key if you are 5. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take.
Toad, confess!
Is that me? Mea culpa, Anne.
I have an errand for you, my Toad. I want you to take a key from any pig at my table and return it. And in return, you may take one of yours.
Tell you what, that was a bit generous. Get rid of someone else's and take one myself. Okay. So what did we get? Oh, it's the one I put back earlier. So it's the fate key. I'm sure it'll come back to haunt me. That I'm sure she'll tell someone else to take a key, and whoever that was would just come and take my key anyway. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That releases everyone from the black hole. Still yet to get one of those fate cards, and they're the ones I'm most interested in because they've got those spells on them. 5.
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
That's
Confess. Pick a number between 1 and 12. Now!
7.
You may be rewarded or tortured in time, but only time will tell. In less than 10.
So obviously in 10 minutes time, something's going to happen. They kind of picked the same number as me though, didn't they? Because I picked 7, 11, and then for whatever reason I said 7 again. Keeping an eye on this. 30 and 15 seconds. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I missed it again.
Silence! It is written for all to see. Roll both dice and wallow in your miseries.
Right, oh, so here we go on the screen. 4, 5, 6, 7. Banished. Don't believe it. Banished to the black hole. There's some good ones on there, so there's a free turn. Oh, lose a key would be even worse. 12 would be pretty good though. But we know that I have this key here that releases me from the black hole, so I just carry on playing from there, which is why that key is so good. Because it could be at least like 2-3 minutes until he gets to play again. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Finally a faked card, our first one. Let's have a look. A spell of change. This card allows you to trade places with the player who is winning in the last 5 minutes of the game. Wait until that player is on one of the trails.
Any pigs wallowing in the black hole are set free.
Wait until a player is on one of the trails leading into the Nightmare Square. As you remember, you have to have all the keys and then you have to work here, landing exactly on there. So they're on this trail on the way in. Wait till your turn, and if you roll cat's eyes, so a 1 and a 1, you can then trade places with that player, taking their piece, their keys, and cards. That would be incredible. So yeah, a really good one to get there, and a great example.
Silence!
Just keep an eye on that.
Whose turn is it next?
Them.
Confess.
Let's say their turn. We're waiting for this.
You are banished to the black hole. You stuck pig.
Wouldn't matter if it was me because I've got that. Now look, here we go. First, like I did remember. Heads and toads and tails and rats. So I need a 2 to get a key. No, nowhere near. Returns to the back of the pack if time has expired. No, it just, well yeah, time has expired now. I just didn't manage to achieve it. Halfway through, 3 keys.
Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne.
I have an errand for you, my darling.
Look at her now.
Roll 1 dice, and the pig fronted with the number rolled must return a key. Oh, miss that many turns.
See, that transformation is really happening now, isn't it? Which is cool. Let's wait a second whilst we'll go for someone else there.
Toad! Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne.
How many keys do you have,
Oh
Toad?
crap, 3.
That is how many turns you must miss.
I knew something would come back to haunt me, but that's not too bad. 3 to just miss 3 turns. So we'll just imagine, or we'll just wait a few seconds. So yeah, well, not too much to say at the minute. I haven't had any coin tosses. Had 1 fate, a handful of chances, and just the 1 time card.
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
It's me.
Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne.
What is your first name, pig?
Just me before it's Sam.
How many letters?
3.
Now, roll both dice. Share the total with me.
6.
Now, if your first name has more letters than the number you have just rolled,
Nope.
you are free to take a key. But if your first name has the same or less letters, you must miss the number of turns you have just rolled.
So I'd have to miss 6 turns right now. I mean, it just shows the roll of a dice can really like help or hinder you in this game. Imagine that, a key versus missing 6 turns. But in this one, we're just going to ignore it. Otherwise, we'll be sat here for ages. 4, 5, 6, 7. Time. 39. Oh, this one's coming up. If the pig picked 5 or 6, give it this card with the message from the witch.
Silence! Whose turn is it next? Confess! What day is it, pig?
Saturday.
There are 7 days in a week. What number is today's day? You have that many chances to roll that number for a key using both dice. Fail, and you can either return a key or return to the black hole.
So I think I gathered there, like if it's Saturday, it would be 6, like 6 days in a week. And that's how many times you could roll the dice to get your number. And then if you got your number, you could get a key. If not, you had to give a key back. I think that's what I was following there. Anyway, on this one, 3920, I'm supposed to give this to, if the pig picked 5 or 6, whoever, I don't know who the pig is, give it this card with the message from the witch. Good pick. Roll both dice. If you get 5 or 6, you get a key.
Who is the old sow? The aging, light-ridden, old bush pig? I want to hear the old sow grunt. Confess!
I'm not going to be the old one again. I'm always the old one.
How many years have you lived for, old sow?
And she's one to talk.
I see the years have not been kind, and neither shall I. Roll 1 dice, old sow.
Let's do it for them.
Share the number with me.
3.
That's how many fat chances you have to roll your exact age using both dice for a key. Have as many turns as it takes, but if you roll a number higher than your age, you will start again and keep trying until you run out of chances. Then you have only one choice: return a key or roll your number to play again.
Okay, so let's say the person was 20 years old. There'd be 3 chances to roll 20 exactly. So it would be 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that's over. So then they go again. 3, 12, 15. So we need a 5 now. No, 4, and it's impossible to roll a 1. Close. And then third time, 8. Everyone's sat here waiting though. Imagine you've got like 12 chances or something. It could take forever. Unless she comes back and says too slow. 8, 12, 18. And then you'd be over, and at that point now they have to return a key or just sit there and wait and try and roll their number to start
Who
playing
is
again.
the youngest piglet? The runt of the litter?
I'm going to say that's me.
Where is the little piglet?
Yep,
Confess.
I'm going to be the young one.
How old are you, piglet?
Today I'm going to be 18 years old.
Still suckling, eh?
Oh, we'll go that far.
Roll 1 dice, piglet.
There we go. 5.
What did you roll?
5.
That is the number of chances you have to roll your exact age for a key using one dice. Have as many turns as it takes, but if you roll a number higher than your age, you will start again. And if you run out of chances, you are banished to the black hole.
Got 39 coming up there. That was quite a long period though to do that and that. You know, this person here, imagine you've got 6 players, they just sat waiting whilst I now have 5 goes to roll 18. So everyone's probably going, hurry up, or maybe they'll even just start rolling the other one. What was that? I don't know, 4, 9, 12, 16, no, 6, 10, 13, 16, 18, there we go. So I think I got a key, didn't I? So this one here, it's the chance one. If an opponent lands on you, toss the coin, take all their chance cards. But all of these are landing on your gravestone. So it's like, I guess if you had all of these, you toss the coin, you get to take their time, their fate, and their chances, don't you?
Pick a number between 1 and 12.
3.
You may be rewarded or tortured in time, but only time will tell in less than 10.
I'm trying to remember all these numbers. I'm just scribbling them down over there. 39, 20. There, if the pig picked 5 or 6, oh, there you go. So how weird that tied in with that one. So if they picked 5 or 6, give them this card. So they would have had to say out loud, so 3. They'd have said 3. If not, they would have had this card. Interesting. So I get, the more players, the more cards, the more frantic it's going to be.
Any pigs wallowing in the black hole are set free.
Right, we're 2/3 of the way through. 4 keys. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We might actually maybe get onto the trail this time. Three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a key if you are 2. Brilliant.
Turn up the heat.
Look at her now.
Swine. And this is what I call a slow burn. All of you must roll an odd number before you can play again.
I don't think that's like rolling now. I think it's your turn. You have to roll to play. Anyway, I just got a key, didn't I? Yeah, because if you're 2, you'll take a key if you're 2. This one, this key unlocks the black hole. If an opponent lands on your gravestone, toss the coin, and they are banished to the black hole. And this is all about you becoming more powerful. So if someone lands on you now, you gain all their cards and sending them to the black hole.
Anybody on my gravestone is now banished to the black hole.
So we need an odd number to carry on. Just one more key to get. 20 minutes to go. So even number. I can imagine this is
Turn! Confess!
mea culpa, Anne.
I have an errand for you, sir. Roll 1 dice, and whoever is winning must miss that many turns.
Okay. I'd have to miss 2 turns. But I was already waiting to roll an odd anyway. 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's my odd. But I'll probably have to wait for it to come round. So that would probably burn in some time. And it would be interesting to see the effect of actually having other players playing these cards.
Any pig understood my time. It is time for you to roll one dice. And if you roll your number, you can take the key.
I think we've missed enough turns and time there, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You are ready for a grilling, pig? Because you are about to get basted. And it's why with 6 keys must miss that many turns.
You say anyone with 6 keys or with a key? Sounds like 6 keys. That'd be really weird because you'd be expecting people with 6 keys to be making their way to the front at 44 minutes. They'd be doing well. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What an rat! Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne.
Roll the dice, my minion. And whoever rolls the highest receives a key. Whoever rolls the lowest loses 1. And whoever rolls in between can roll again. And if it can roll its number, it can receive all its keys.
Whoa. So highest number gets a key, wasn't it? Lowest number loses a key. Middle person, if they can get their number, they get all their keys. So this is my roll. 2. Oh, that's not going to be very good. That'll be this person. 8.
Twice shy.
So I'd have to lose a key.
Any pig on the trail leading to the center must return a key and return to their gravestone.
So I've returned a key. Obviously I kept the black hole one. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fate. That would have been really good. I would have had all my keys, wouldn't I? If I'd have rolled the highest, we'd actually be making our way to the middle. We would have had a good chance. Spell of the Black Cat.
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
Oh, let's say yours, just in case.
Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne.
Pick a number between 1 and 12.
8.
You may be rewarded or tortured in time, but only time will tell in less than 10.
I don't understand that bit. Am I missing something? Anyway, this one here, it's half of a spell. As you can see here, the spell of the Black Cat part 1. Black the cat has 9, and that's just fine. If you hear a player whisper this, then I would have part 2 of the spell, and then I would repeat whatever part 2 says, roll the dice.
A curse twice to the old sow and the young piglet. Confess! Toss the coin. And you receive a key, but tails, and you return 1.
And then you would take a key, basically, on that one. Let's go again. Heads. That was the old one, and it was the young one, right? So I get this back, and then fingers crossed we can maybe.
Silence! It is written for all to see. Roll both dice and wallow in your misery.
All right, come on, 12. 4, 5, free turn. Phew. Remember, you're not supposed to carry on until she goes. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Vehicle per Anne.
I have an errand for you. Roll one dice and the big branded with the number you roll wins the key.
Not me, I'm a number 2. But I did get a fake card. Protection. This protects your time cards. If an opponent tries to take them, show them this instead and then return it after you. So maybe if you land on a gravestone or something like that. So again, that's pretty cool. But remember this, we had that spell of change, not that was us.
Any pigs wallowing in the black of acid free.
Right, come on, let's really try and make our way to the centre now. Need another key though, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Time. No, it's going to have passed that one. Pig at 1 or 2, so irrelevant. And a lot of the time cards are going to start to become irrelevant. Maybe that's why the pack is so large, so that there are plenty throughout the game. 7.
Silence! Whose turn is it next?
Look at that now, look at her.
Confess!
Mea culpa, Anne. She's really changed.
If you have 2 parts of a spell, you can trade them now for all your keys.
Oh,
But if you haven't got a chance because you must roll your number twice to play again.
right, well we're going to ignore that and we're going to go on to this chance. If you're the mummy, no, we're not the mummy Khufu. We're just going to keep going and we're going to try and get another key in the next 10 minutes. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Smoke, there is fire. All of you must roll an even number before any of you can play again.
Yeah, so that 10 minutes would really start evaporating if we all had to roll an even. There we go, we're back in. And the music's coming in, the drama's kicking up.
Two,
Yes,
confess.
mea culpa, Anne.
So turn. Who is winning? Share the name with me, my little minnow.
Yeah, it's me.
Who was winning? Return all your keys and cards, you pig, and return to the black hole.
Yeah, see what I mean? That'll be all my keys gone and I'm in the black hole. So unfortunately, Anne, we're just going to ignore you on this one. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's an absolute stitch up for whoever.
My litter of pigs.
She looks brilliant now.
Those branded with even numbers will now roll 1 dice. And if you roll your number, you can take a key.
Yes. 2 was rolled. So we got our final key. Unlock Sanctuary. If you land on an opponent's gravestone, nothing can harm you. Right, so we have all 6 keys.
My litter of pigs.
She's really coming in a lot now.
Those branded with odd numbers will now roll the dice. And if you roll your number, you can take the key.
So we've got a chance now. We have to go into the middle. 6, so 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Any
Perfect.
sound on the stone marked chase. I'll give you one. Roll one dice. And if you roll your number, you can take the key.
Now, notwithstanding the fact that I should have lost all my keys and then I got the extra one, then got lucky with a roll of a 2, and then lucky with a roll of 11. At this point now, I have to pick one of these. One of these would be my nightmare, and these would be the other players.
Silence, swine. Whose turn is it next?
Someone else's.
Confess.
And then I'll finish telling you about this.
Roll both dice, please. And if you roll 6 or less, then the number you roll is the number of chances you have to roll your number and receive all your keys. But roll 7 or more, and that is the number of turns you must make.
So as I was saying, one of these is my nightmare, and then the other would be the nightmares of the other players. Once you get here, when you land on it, so I'd literally have gone 11, I would pick one of these, so one of them will have my nightmare, the other 2 are blank. So let's say I pick this, that's me, I would now win.
Fine. All of you will now take a turn to roll both dice. And if you roll a number that is double yours, you will receive all your keys.
So I'd have had to roll a 4. Anyway, as I was saying, that isn't my nightmare. You'd run over, you'd pause the videotape, and that's you done. And it's almost like anticlimactic to win, but I'll talk about that in the summary. And just to prove that I wasn't cheating.
Confess.
How did that get in there?
I have a name.
But we'll carry on watching the video.
What?
There's not long left.
Roll both dice. What number did you roll? That is the number. The pig that's winning has to roll before it can play again.
So yeah, that would have been me out. And yeah, at this point, if you want to like the video or subscribe if you're enjoying it, feel free.
Any pigs wallowing in the black hole are set free.
So you're really starting to up the ante in this last portion. She's coming back a lot more. After I lost all those keys, there's been a couple of chances now for players to get all their keys in a wanna, to kind of reel up that you know, the pressure of everyone rushing into the middle.
My toad must now roll one dice.
So I was Toad,
And
wasn't
if
I?
the number it rolls is yours, you are banished to the black hole.
It'd be whatever. So what I'm finding, they're real kind of polar opposites now, aren't they? It's like you lose everything or you gain everything. So some people could be really rushing to the centre with a bit of a chance, but we've still got.
My ward must now roll the dice, and if the number it rolls is yours, you must return a key.
Again, no real point to rolling it at the minute. I will if she asks me to do something, just in case it's picking up some cards.
Whose turn is it next? Confess! Out of the frying pan and into the fire! If you have all your keys, return to your gravestone and start again!
That's not too bad. going back to your gravestone. At least you're keeping your keys. But I mean, we are down to like 2.5 minutes now. We didn't get too many cards in this one, did we, compared to the last one? We got quite a few time cards.
It is written for all to say, roll both dice and wallow in your misery.
Wow, look at that. Win the keys or lose keys. So you could lose 5 keys there. As we were doing that, I just picked up a time card, and this one's actually got an any time. Look at that. If any players rude towards Chantraine, take all their cards, return all their keys, and show them this from the witch. I heard that swine. How funny is that? It's the last minute and a half. She seems to come back really regularly now, doesn't she?
What is cooking, pig? It smells good. How about the second helping? A last serve? Roll the dice, and whoever rolls the highest can have all their keys. Supper is almost over anyway, and I want to lick the plate clean.
Just making a couple of notes there to chat about at the end. 1 minute to go. I mean, let's see how many times she comes back in this last 60 seconds. Well, yeah, almost 30 seconds left. It's actually giving people a chance here. Is she going to come back at all? Okay, so obviously we did make it out, but I wanted to play out the whole video so we could see the ending. So what I'll do is I'll pack up, I'll go back to where I started the intro, and I'll give you my thoughts on Atmosfear number 3. And so there we have it. I did manage to beat the witch and escape at around the 50-minute time, although I did do that massive cheat where I was supposed to put all my keys back, but instead I'm like, no, I'm going to keep them at this stage. So what did I think about Atmosfear 3 and Chantraine Witch? Well, if you remember, I scribbled down some notes as I went, and these are my thoughts. First of all, I found that I was taking less cards as I was playing. Hardly took any time cards, only a few fate cards, a small handful of chance cards. So possibly a game that is better suited to more people, because I didn't even get into any of that trading or collecting any of the spells. Secondly, I thought it was well balanced, and by that I mean in episode 2 I'd said I'd felt it was a little bit hard, a little bit unfair at times. In here, I felt the balance between gaining and losing was fair, and like only towards the end did the punishments become more polarized, like lose everything or gain everything, but it wasn't all the time. So that was really good. I felt the balance was more fun, more flowing. Even things like dice rolls, it was kind of, you know, game 1, lose 1, game 2, lose 2. I had wanted to see how she was going to transition during the game, and absolutely nailed it with this one. In 1 and 2, he pretty much looks similar the whole way through, but fantastic how she goes from this woman here at the front all the way through, and her face starts cracking and the nose is showing through, and then it all falls apart and there's the witch with the red eyes. I just thought that was really good. The tension, there wasn't any music as it went along, any background music. I thought it could have benefited by that. It came in right at the end to build the tension. Obviously, she comes in more, harassing you more towards the end. But again, it wasn't like relentless. There was enough time that the players could still play and try and get to the finish. At one point I was like, oh, I'm not really sure, because she kept saying like, pick a number, you'll find out in 10 if it's good or bad. And I'm like, I never found out. That's to do with the cards, because if you remember, I had it once where it was kind of like, if so-and-so picks these numbers, give them this card and let them roll for a key. So what you'd find is they would be, like lots of players would be taking these cards, and it's more likely that at that time when someone had to do that thing, pick a number, someone would then go, oh right, they've picked this, here you go. And that's why it never came to fruition, because I wasn't able to do it for myself. And yeah, that was all my thoughts. So in summary, I really enjoyed number 3. 1 was good, the Gatekeeper iconic. 2, I've already said everything I want to about that. And then 3, I think they came back and nailed it. The transition, the balance, the pace, the extra cards, just worked really well. So well done to Atmosfear number 3. Now, we move on in the next episode to the very last one, episode 5 of 5. And in that one, it's going to be episode 4. And this one's Countess Elizabeth Belthery, Vampire. It's the same actress playing a different character. And in here, we step things up again. So in this one, we're actually gaining an additional type of card. So if you want to find out all about that and see how the gameplay changes in number 4, and then my final wrap up of the whole series, favorites, comments, all that stuff, make sure if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and then I'll also link this one up here. And in the meantime, there'll probably be another video either side as well. But until the next one, all the best, take care, and see ya.